Creating effective data capture forms. It's possible to generate a large amount of traffic that in the end is actually wasted. It can be wasted because the viewer may encounter a repulsive data capture form. It's important to spend the necessary time to create a capture form that greatly increases the likelihood that the user actually shares their personal information. Here are 6 tips for creating data capture forms that work. Tip number 1. If possible, and it usually is possible, have the entirety of the capture form appear above the fold. That is, do not make the user scroll down to discover how long the form is or allow the button to appear beneath the fold. A button beneath the fold greatly reduces the likelihood that the forms will be filled out. People are moving at very high speeds in their busy worlds, and long capture forms usually cause disengagement. Tip number 2. To reduce the size of a form, it's good to insert the labels directly into the fields themselves. If a form is created with a label stacked over the field, over a label over a field, over a label over a field, it doubles the height of the form. It's better to insert that label right into the field, or at least make them side by side, so it doesn't take too much height and push the bottom of the form beneath the fold. Number 3. Use the fewest number of fields possible. The more data you ask for, the less data you're likely to get. Prioritize the most important fields, such as email address and possibly first name. Of course, we want as much information as possible, but people are more reluctant to give their physical mailing address, their phone number, and other personal information. Answer this question for each field. Is this piece of data absolutely necessary to meet my objective? Tip number 4. Use carefully chosen and appealing premiums to incentivize sharing personal information. The greater perceived value and ease of access will increase the amount of data sharing. Note, if you're giving away a physical gift, it is much easier to capture more data in such a situation. Tip number 5. Whenever possible, use click-based data capture with toggle boxes and drop-down choices. People are more willing to share data when they're clicking rather than when they're typing. Tip number 6. Include an appealing button with a clear call to action on it.